Have you ever felt like you're giving too much of yourself to others? Maybe it's staying silent to keep the peace, letting go of your dreams to please someone else, or sacrificing your own happiness just to make others comfortable. While compromise is a part of life, there are certain things you should never give up, no matter how much you care about someone or how badly you want to avoid conflict. These are the things that make you who you are. When you sacrifice them, you lose pieces of yourself, and over time, that can leave you feeling empty, frustrated, or even lost. It's important to protect these aspects of your life because they're not just about you. They're the foundation of how you show up in the world. Without them, it's impossible to live authentically or build healthy relationships. In today's video, we're talking about the 7 things you should never sacrifice for anyone. Whether it's your peace of mind, your dreams, or your self-respect, these are non-negotiables. They're not selfish to protect. They're essential for a fulfilled and meaningful life. As we go through this list, think about your own life. Are there areas where you've been giving too much? Are there boundaries you need to set to reclaim what's truly yours? Stick around until the end, because I'll share a powerful tip on how to protect these parts of yourself without guilt or fear. Let's dive into the 7 things you should always hold on to, no matter what. It's time to take control of your life and make sure you're not losing yourself for the sake of others. Number 1. Your core values. Your core values are the beliefs and principles that define who you are. They are the things that matter most to you, the foundation of your character. For example, you might value honesty, kindness, or loyalty. These values guide your decisions, your relationships, and your actions in life. They are what you stand for, even when no one is watching. Now, imagine a situation where someone you care about asks you to compromise your values. Maybe they want you to lie for them or act in a way that goes against your principles. It could be a friend who pressures you to skip work to go out partying, or a partner who wants you to avoid confronting an issue just to keep the peace. In these moments, it can feel tempting to give in, especially if it's someone close to you. But sacrificing your core values can lead to regret and internal conflict. When you compromise your values, you're not just betraying others, you are betraying yourself. You are giving up the very things that make you you. Stoicism teaches us that integrity and self-control are key to living a good life. If you lose your values to please others, you lose a part of yourself that's irreplaceable. You may make temporary peace with the situation, but deep down, you'll feel the disconnect between your actions and your true self. Remember, it's important to stand firm in your beliefs, even when others don't understand or agree with them. This doesn't mean you have to be rigid or stubborn in every situation. Flexibility is important, but you should never let someone else force you to abandon the things that define your character. Your core values are like a compass that helps you navigate through life. When you stray from them, you risk losing your way. If you always stick to your core values, you'll feel more confident and at peace with yourself. People will respect you for your consistency, and your relationships will be stronger because they are based on mutual respect for who you really are. Never sacrifice your core values for anyone, because once they're gone, you're left with nothing but regret and confusion about who you really are. Number 2, your peace of mind. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos around us. From constant notifications on our phones to the pressure of always being on, it can feel like the world is demanding more of us than we can give. But one thing you should never sacrifice, no matter what, is your peace of mind. Imagine you're in a relationship where there's always drama, constant arguments, misunderstandings, and negativity. At first, you might think you can handle it, that you can be calm in the storm. But over time, the stress builds up. You start feeling anxious, overwhelmed, and mentally exhausted. This is where the danger lies. When you allow others to steal your peace, you start losing yourself. The Stoics believed in the importance of keeping a calm and steady mind regardless of what's happening around you. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself to focus on what he could control and let go of what he couldn't. He wrote, You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is a powerful lesson. While you can't control what others do or how life unfolds, you can control how you respond. Your peace of mind is your responsibility. If you're constantly surrounded by negative people, toxic environments, or situations that drain you, it's essential to set boundaries. That doesn't mean you should ignore or avoid conflict when it's necessary. It means you should prioritize your mental well-being and protect it from unnecessary chaos. When you learn to protect your peace, you begin to make better decisions. You're more focused, less reactive, and able to handle life's challenges with a clear mind. You stop letting the actions of others dictate your mood or well-being. It's about choosing to rise above, not getting caught up in every little drama that comes your way. At the end of the day, your peace of mind is invaluable. It's what allows you to think clearly, make wise decisions, and enjoy life with a sense of calm and purpose. So remember this: no matter who or what comes your way, never sacrifice your peace for anyone. It's the foundation of a strong, happy, and stoic life. Number 3, your dreams and goals. Everyone has dreams, big plans, and goals they hope to achieve. But sometimes people in our lives, whether friends, family, or coworkers, might not understand or even support these dreams. They might say things like, "Why bother? That's too risky," or "You'll never make it." It's easy to let these words affect you. After all, we care about what others think, and sometimes it can feel like their opinions are more important than our own. But here's the truth: your dreams are yours, and no one has the right to take them away from you. Think about it. If you start listening to other people's doubts and fears, you'll end up putting your own life on hold. This is something that Stoic philosophy teaches us. Your dreams and goals are a reflection of who you are and what you want to achieve in this world. When you allow someone to talk you out of them, you are giving away a part of your life that only you can control. The Stoics believed in focusing on what's within our control and accepting what's not. You can't control what others say about your dreams, but you can control how much value you place on their opinions. If someone doubts you or tries to push you off course, remember this: you don't need their approval to move forward. Your dreams are valid, no matter what others think. This doesn't mean you should ignore advice or feedback from people who care about you, but it does mean that their doubts shouldn't stop you from pursuing your goals. When you make the decision to follow your dreams, you take ownership of your life. It becomes your journey, not theirs. You'll face challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but that's part of the process. In fact, those obstacles make success even sweeter. So don't let anyone take your dreams away. Keep working towards your goals, even if it feels hard. And most importantly, don't let anyone make you feel like your dreams are unworthy of your time and effort. Whether it's starting a new business, learning a skill, or pursuing a passion, your goals are yours to chase, and you should never sacrifice them for anyone. Number 4, your time. Time is the one thing we can never get back. It's easy to forget how valuable it is when life gets busy and people around us demand our attention. You may have found yourself in situations where you're giving your time to others, but you feel like they don't appreciate it. You spend hours helping someone with their problems, or you put your own dreams on hold to be there for someone else. But here's the truth: your time is your most precious resource, and it should never be wasted on things or people who don't value it. Think about how often you say yes to things just because you don't want to disappoint others. Maybe it's a friend who always calls you at the last minute to hang out, even though you've already made plans to focus on your goals. Or maybe it's a family member who asks for help with something that could have been done on their own, leaving you no time for yourself. Every time you give up your time for others without thinking about your own needs, you're sacrificing a part of yourself. A Stoic mindset teaches us to be mindful of how we spend our time. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "We're tight-fisted with money but too free with our time." It's easy to protect our money. Nobody wants to lose it. But time, we often give away without a second thought. The truth is, time can never be replaced. and once it's gone forever. It's not about being selfish. It's about understanding that your time matters. The more you protect it, the more you can focus on what really matters to you, whether that's your personal growth, your passions, or your relationships with the people who truly care about you. Setting boundaries around your time is a way of respecting yourself and your goals. So, next time someone asks for your time, ask yourself, is this something that aligns with your values? Will it help you grow, or is it just a distraction? Remember, saying no to the wrong things is saying yes to the right things. Protect your time and use it wisely to create the life you want. Number 5. Your self-respect. Self-respect is one of the most important things you can have in life. It's the foundation of your confidence, your ability to make decisions, and your sense of self-worth. Without it, you start to lose yourself in the opinions and expectations of others. You may feel pressured to please people or agree with things that don't sit right with you. But here's the truth. When you let go of your self-respect to avoid conflict or to fit in, you're giving away a piece of who you are. Think about times when you've apologized or changed your behavior just to make someone else happy, even when you knew you weren't in the wrong. Maybe you've let someone speak to you in a disrespectful way, or you've agreed to do something you didn't want to do just to keep the peace. When you do this, you may think you're avoiding a fight or making someone happy, but in reality, you're only harming yourself. You're telling yourself that your feelings and opinions don't matter as much as someone else's. This is where you start to lose your self-respect. Self-respect means standing up for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. It means knowing when to say no and not feeling guilty about it. It's about not allowing others to manipulate or control you, even if they're doing it in the name of love or friendship. When you respect yourself, you set boundaries and communicate clearly. You know your worth, and you're not afraid to defend it. This doesn't mean you have to be rude or confrontational. In fact, it's better to be calm and respectful when you express yourself. But it does mean that you're not willing to let anyone push you around or make you feel less than you are. The Stoic philosophers understood this well. They taught that our happiness and peace of mind depend on how much we value ourselves, not how much we seek approval from others. They believe that no one can take away your inner peace unless you allow them to. So remember, your self-respect is something you should never sacrifice for anyone. When you protect your self-respect, you protect your ability to make decisions that align with your values and goals. It's a key part of living a life that's true to who you are. Number 6. Your freedom. Freedom is one of the most precious things we have in life, yet it's often taken for granted. Think about how many times someone has tried to control your choices, your time, or your actions. Whether it's a partner who insists you spend all your free time with them, a boss who expects you to work overtime without asking, or even friends who pressure you to agree with everything they say. These situations can slowly erode your sense of freedom. When you give up your freedom, you're giving up the ability to make decisions that align with your true self. It's not just about physical freedom, like being able to go where you want. It's about the freedom to think for yourself, to choose your path, and to live life on your terms. A Stoic approach reminds us that freedom is an internal state. No matter what happens externally, we have the power to choose how we respond. But that power is only possible when we protect our freedom. If you let others make decisions for you or push you into situations that don't feel right, you're handing over control of your life to someone else. This doesn't mean you should isolate yourself or cut off all relationships. Relationships are important, but they should not come at the cost of your own freedom. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, not control. You should be able to express yourself freely, make your own choices, and have the space to grow. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly free? Was it when you were doing something you loved, making decisions that felt right to you, and not being pressured by anyone's expectations? That's the kind of freedom you deserve to protect. In Stoic philosophy, freedom is closely tied to living a virtuous life. You are free when you live in alignment with your values and don't let external circumstances define who you are. So if you feel like your freedom is being threatened by someone, It's time to set a boundary. You deserve to live life on your own terms, to make your own choices, and to pursue your dreams without interference. Don't let anyone take away your freedom. Protect it fiercely, and you'll find a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment in your life. Number 7, your authenticity. Your authenticity is one of the most important things you can protect. In a world that constantly pressures us to fit in, it's easy to lose sight of who we really are. Whether it's trying to be someone you're not to please others, or pretending to like things you don't just to get approval, sacrificing your true self can leave you feeling empty and disconnected. But staying true to who you are is essential for living a fulfilling life. Think about a time when you tried to fit into a group or relationship by pretending to be someone else. Maybe you agreed with opinions that didn't reflect your own, or you wore a mask to seem more likable. How did it feel? Likely, it wasn't comfortable. You may have even felt like you were living a lie. When you hide your true self to please others, you lose the connection to your own values, your strengths, and your sense of purpose. Stoicism teaches us the importance of accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often reflected on how to remain true to his nature despite the expectations placed on him as emperor. He knew that true peace comes from within, and that peace can only be found when we stop pretending to be someone we're not. In relationships, whether with friends, family, or a partner, it's vital to show up as your real self. If you're constantly changing who you are to make others happy, you'll never form genuine connections. People can sense when you're being authentic, and they'll appreciate you for the real you, not for the version you think they want to see. True love, friendship, and respect only come when we are honest and open with each other. It's important to remember that you are enough just as you are. There's no need to change yourself to meet someone else's expectations. Being authentic doesn't mean being perfect. It means being honest about who you are and standing firm in your beliefs. When you embrace your true self, you free yourself from the need for external validation. You stop sacrificing your happiness for others and start living a life that feels genuine and true to you. In the end, your authenticity is one of the most precious gifts you can give yourself and the world. Never let anyone take that from you. Bonus tip: the power of boundaries. One of the most important things you can do to protect the things you should never sacrifice is to set clear boundaries. Boundaries are simply guidelines that help define how you expect to be treated and what you're willing to accept. They are not about being harsh or distant. They're about protecting your peace, your time, and your integrity. Without boundaries, people will naturally take advantage of you. They might expect you to constantly say yes, overstep your personal space, or make demands that don't respect your needs. This can lead to stress, burnout, and resentment. But when you set boundaries, you communicate what is acceptable and what isn't, and you teach others to respect your limits. Think of boundaries as a fence around your garden. You wouldn't let anyone trample through the flowers or steal your vegetables, right? Similarly, your life and well-being deserve the same protection. Setting boundaries means saying no when something or someone doesn't align with your values or goals. It means not letting someone waste your time or treat you disrespectfully. It's about making sure that you stay true to yourself and your purpose. Boundaries help you maintain control of your life. They allow you to focus on the things that matter most, like your dreams, your peace of mind, and your relationships that truly nourish you. In the end, boundaries are a form of self-respect. They allow you to say, "I matter," without feeling guilty. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's necessary for living a balanced, healthy life. When you make it a priority, you'll find that the people who truly care about you will respect them, and you'll feel stronger and more in control of your life. Conclusion: remember that, while it's natural to make sacrifices for the people you care about, there are certain things you should never give up for anyone. Your core values, like honesty and kindness, define who you are. Once you compromise these, you lose your sense of self. Your peace of mind is another precious thing that should never be disturbed by others. When chaos surrounds you, it's essential to stay calm and focused. Don't allow anyone to take that peace away. Your dreams and goals are yours to pursue, and no one should make you feel like they're not worth chasing. Always protect your time, as it's one of the most valuable resources you have. Don't let people waste it on things that don't serve your growth or happiness. Equally important, it is your self-respect. Never let anyone make you feel small or unworthy. Stand firm in your beliefs and know that you deserve respect, no matter what. Your freedom, whether it's the freedom to choose, think, or act, must always come first. Without it, you can never truly live your life the way you want. And lastly, never sacrifice your authenticity. Being true to yourself is what allows you to live genuinely and connect with others on a deeper level. The key to protecting all these things is setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away, but about taking care of your own well-being. When you respect your own limits, you teach others to do the same. So always remember, there are things worth fighting for in your life. Protect them, honor them, and never let anyone convince you otherwise.